This is a meeting of the Township Committee, February 16th, 2021. The notice requirements provided for in the Open Public Meetings Act have been satisfied. Notice of this meeting was properly given by transmission to the Star Ledger, the Independent, and the Cougar Times by posting at the Middletown Township Municipal Building and filing with the Township Clerk on January 7th, 2021. We just have a quick notice about the emergency meetings. The township is holding this meeting pursuant to the rules established under the Open Public Meetings Act for the holding of virtual public meetings during this declared state of emergency. The meeting is being broadcast live by Webex platform and also that allows members of the public to participate through their computer or telephone. Written public comments may also be submitted through the clerk's office at 1 Kings Highway, Middletown, New Jersey, or town clerk at middletownnj.org, but will only be read onto the record if received before 9 a.m. the date of the meeting. If you wish to be heard when public comments are permitted for the hearing of an ordinance or during the general public comment portion of the meeting, please use your raise hand feature function on the Webex platform, and I will call upon you one at a time. For those dialed in via phone only, I will open the floor to those phone comments during the public comment sections as well. You will be asked to state your name and address for the record and observe a time limit of 5 minutes unless the comments are part of an ordinance hearing. For more information on this process, please contact the township clerk at township.nj.org. Committeeman Clark.
Here.
Committeeman Sedembrino. Committeewoman Snell.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Here.
Mayor Perry.
Here.
Please rise for the pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
At this time, I'd like to ask for a moment of silence to honor the troops serving worldwide, defending our constitutions, freedoms, and way of life. Thank you. At this time, we have the approval of minutes on the agenda for January 19th, 2021 regular meeting and the February 1st, 2021 workshop meeting.
All right. Motion to approve. Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snell.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to approve minutes. This time we have a public hearing of proposed ordinance 2021-3302, an ordinance authorizing sale of certain property owned by the Township of Middletown not required for public purposes.
Any member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2021-3302, which is an ordinance authorizing the sale of certain property owned by the Township of Middletown not required for public purposes. Any member of the public wishing to speak on that ordinance? Mr. Watson? We're just gonna for procedurally, I'm just gonna say use that raised hand feature to indicate that you have a comment. Mr. Watson, how you doing?
Hi, wonderful. How's it going over there?
We're doing okay. Thank you.
Good. I noticed that some of the property that we're selling has structures on them. Are we selling the structures as well?
So,
yeah, two of the lots may have encroachments on the adjoining property. They don't have structures on them themselves.
They might have what?
They don't. None of the lots that we're selling have structures on them. There may be a case on two of them that there's some encroachment from an adjoining lot of a piece of a building. So we may have to modify a property line in order to make that work. That's still something that we have to resolve, but none of them are developed properties. They're all vacant.
Okay, so you're just going to move the property line so the structures aren't on the property you're selling?
Once we verify, an encroachment is hard to tell unless you actually survey a line. But if we verify that there is an encroachment, then we'll have to do something about it to resolve it, possibly move the property line.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all I got.
all right, thanks, Mr. Watson.
Hey, no problem.
Any other member of the public wishing to speak on public ordinance number 2021-3302? Okay, seeing no other member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt this ordinance on second and final reading. Our next item on tonight's agenda, we have introduction of proposed ordinances. Ordinance 2021-3303, an ordinance amending Chapter 540 of the Code of the Township of Middletown entitled Planning and Development Regulations for Stormwater Regulations.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held March 1st, 2020. Next item, we have 2021-3304, an ordinance amending section 7-91 of the Code of the Township of Middletown governing purchasing contract thresholds.
Motion to introduce.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to pass this ordinance on first reading with a public hearing to be held March 1st, 2020. At this time, we have a consent agenda, which would include resolutions 21-72 through 21-86, including bingo and raffle applications.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Second. Sorry.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adopt the consent agenda. This is the Township Committee comments.
Committeeman Clark.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, I'd like to bring up, we have a fundraising initiative through the 9/11 Memorial Fund. Committeewoman Snell is going to elaborate on it. I just need to make sure I bring it up as well. We are selling bricks to be installed at the 9/11 Memorial site, bricks that can be engraved with your family's name or anything that you deem appropriate for the site. They're $150 a piece. They'll be permanently installed. And we're using this as a fundraiser to offset the cost of some upgrades that are going to be done. So again, Committeewoman Snell will talk a lot more about this, but I just want to bring that up. I want to thank DPW for a great job during the snowstorms. They're out there working hard. Same thing with the police department, helping out motorists and other assorted things. When you listen and you hear the extraordinary work that our public service in general is doing, PD, FD, DPW, EMS, you guys all did a great job under tough circumstances. Matt Dykeman, who is a police officer in Union Beach, who happens to live in Middletown as well, is a member of Belford Engine Firehouse over on the west side there. Matt was able to save a life earlier in the month. We had a house fire, and he was off duty in the area and risked his own life to save the life of the resident. So awfully proud of you, Matt. Good job. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Thank you. Committeewoman Snell.
Thank you, Mayor. I want to echo Committeeman Clark's comments about DPW and all our town services. I think they've done a great job. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like their job is quite over yet in the season, so keep strong, Ted. I want to personally thank Blake Morrison. She's a cute little fifth grader over at Navesink Grammar School. A couple of weeks ago, with the larger of the storms we've had, she cleared 11 hydrants of snow to help out the fire department. And for someone 11 years old to have the wherewithal to go out and do that, that's pretty cool. So if she's an indication of what we have in the town when it comes to our young people, we're doing all right. I will elaborate a little bit more on our fundraiser. As we approach the anniversary of the September 11th attacks, our fundraising efforts are fully underway. We launched the brick the fundraiser for the personalized bricks already, and I thank all of the residents that have gone on so quickly to support that. Let's see what else. The bricks, along with redoing the walkway, the funds from that, along with two more fundraisers we're going to be launching over the next few weeks, are going to go to 3 additions to the World Trade Center gardens, one of which is going to be a fountain called the Fountain of Hope, appropriately called. I think we could all use a little bit of hope right now. It's going to be erected toward the end of the walkway. It's going to be beautiful, and it'll be a place where you can sort of just sit and reflect. The next 2 additions are going to be memorials to our first responders in the military and honor their services during 9/11. The brick fundraiser is the first of 3. The second fundraiser is going to be doing personalized banners that are going to be hung along Kings Highway and Church Street, going right past the memorial. And the third will be a community effort that will hopefully put out through the schools and other mediums. That's going to be lawn signs to support the memorial gardens. So I'm looking forward to launching all 3. But again, thank you to those who have ordered their personalized brick. They launched it with a serious effort here, and we're looking forward to continue on it. So you can actually, it's really easy to do the bricks. It was on Middletown Minutes last week, and all you do is click on the brick that's on the site. So, and brings you right to the webpage. And it's very easy to do, right through PayPal, or you can use a credit card if you choose. So that's all I have, Mayor. Thank you.
Thank you. Deputy Mayor.
Okay, just got to thank Ted and crew, Public Works, wonderful job. Be ready again this week here. So thank you. I want to echo both Committeeman Clark and Committeewoman Snell's comments, all great comments. Looking forward to getting a bunch of bricks down there. Exciting.
We need a lot of bricks.
I'm going to keep this brief because I know the mayor wants to touch more on this, but this past week that we just had, we got to do something that I thought was probably one of the most exciting things I've done in this crazy times. We brought some checks to some businesses, local businesses, almost a $500,000 worth of checks to help these businesses out. So I just want to tell the rest of the committee, thank you. I want to tell everyone in the town that worked on the project, wonderful job. But go ahead, take it away, Mayor. I know you've got a lot of comments on this. You did a great job.
Thank you. Thank you, Deputy Mayor. Well, first of all, I'll echo the comments. Last year we had very little, if any, snow that I can even remember having to go through. And I believe this is the first time this year that I've had to, that we had to open up the Emergency Operations Center since I've been in my 3 years as mayor, the first time. So I do just want to quickly echo the comments of my colleagues and thank all of our Public Works, all of our first responders and everyone that's involved in keeping our roads safe and our community safe during these, what feels like on top of each other storms that have been coming our way. So while I pray for no snow come Thursday, and I don't think that's going to be answered. To piggyback off of the Deputy Mayor's comments, we are very excited to have been able, over the course of the week, to begin handing out lots of relief checks to our small businesses. And I first just want to thank, obviously, Tony Mercantante. I want to thank Jill from our Housing and Urban Development Department. I want to thank Laura, and I want to thank Jesse for their efforts in helping launch the Middletown Economic Relief Program in late October, early November of last year. And I'm very happy to say that we were able to hand out, award 29 total grants, and 24 of them were able to receive the full $15,000 that the $15,000 max that we were able to provide. folks like No Limits Cafe, folks like Greens and Grains, Zeke's Teas, Code Ninjas. These are folks who, the Monmouth Museum, these are folks who have been struggling through this pandemic. And I'm just very grateful to have been a part of a team of this township committee, to be a part of a team in this administration, to be able to hand out $422,500 in grants in just a few short months. HUD kept throwing a couple of hurdles our way, but we were able to navigate those circles, and I want to thank the businesses for their patience. And I have to tell you, walking into these businesses and letting them know that they had qualified and that they were approved for some type of relief. As I said in my mayor's speech on reorg day, it's the small things, right? It's the small things that we flock towards, that we grasp at, and this is certainly one of them. So to be with all those business owners was incredible. $422,500, not too bad, to be able to hand out in just a few short months to 29 businesses. So really happy about that. So thank you to everybody. Thank you to all the businesses that welcomed us to come in and provide you with that needed relief. So thank you. Other exciting news. We have submitted our BPU application, and I believe Mr. Miller is joining us, so he'll be happy about that, to continue to move forward with the BPU, with bringing a potential solar canopy project to our train station parking lot. Obviously, due to the pandemic, we are not generating, much in terms of sales for our yearly passes or our monthly passes. But this BPU application will be able to not only provide an offset to Middletown's costs for power, but also to our low income families, low income seniors, who will have to see not only will their bills diminish, but some may even go away through this potential program. So our BPU application is out. We also have put in another application to place some charging stations.
Electronic vehicles.
I'm sorry, electronic vehicles, not charging stations, electronic vehicles. So we are moving in the direction that I think all of us want to move in terms of being a leader, but being financially prudent in that matter as well. So I want to thank everybody that was involved in that project. Tony, Brian, you were very involved in that. So both of you, thank you for your assistance on that. Finally, the last thing I want to mention tonight is this township committee just passed a resolution that was in support of Senate Bill number 2951 and Assembly Bill 4771. That bill would provide, and this is a bipartisan bill, I just want to say that, it's a bipartisan piece of legislation, both Republicans and Democrats as sponsors and co-sponsors of this bill, which would provide those who have committed nonviolent offenses the ability to rejoin and be able to feel like they can be a part of this community, a part of any community that they live in. And in particular, Nikki Tierney, who I've sat here and have sung her praises, and is a model for individuals who lost their way and have found a way to give back to the very community that stood with her through her struggles, through her demons. And I'm incredibly proud to stand with Nikki. I'm so grateful for the township committee's willingness to stand with Nikki and to stand with all people who are trying to right their life, who may have fallen into drug addiction and come back and be able to give back to the community that gave to them. So I want to thank all of you for your support of that resolution. And I want to once again call on the governor, as I have in the past, and he and I have spoken about this very issue, and I appreciate his attention to it. But I would once again ask that the governor provide clemency to Nikki Tierney in her case. Senate Bill number 2951 and Assembly Bill 4771 will certainly help with that. So I want to thank you all. With that being said, I'll open it up for public comment. Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment, you can use the raised hand feature on your screen. If you would like to make a public comment, we ask that you state your first and last name for the record, along with your address. We ask that you keep your comments to 5 minutes. At 4 minutes, I'll let you know that you have 1 minute left. And I don't see anybody joining us via phone. So any member, yeah, Mr. Miller. Hold on 1 second, we're going to unmute you. Go ahead, Mr. Miller.
Yeah, a quick question. How do we go about getting a look at a copy of the proposed ordinance on the stormwater regulations?
Mr. Miller, hold on 1 second. You just got to, please just for the record, state your name and address.
Sorry.
I can see it on the screen, but.
Yeah, Stephen Miller, 151 Borden Road, and I represent Middletown for Clean Energy. I'm interested in looking at the new stormwater regulations. They were described at the last committee meeting, but I have not yet seen them. How do I get to see them?
How do you get to see the ordinance?
Yeah, but the introduction was tonight. How do I get to look at them now?
Can't hear.
He wants to look at the ordinances now, but they're introduced now, so now they're going to be available online at the same,
Yeah.
the same agenda.
Yeah. After they're introduced, Mr. Miller, they will be posted.
Okay.
So the public comment period will be on the public comment will be on March 1st, I believe is our next meeting. So obviously it's available after it is introduced, after it is put up for introduction, which is tonight. So tonight you'll be able to see it.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, I'm sorry, tomorrow. I'm sorry about that, Heidi.
Super. Thank you.
So thank you, Mr. Miller. All right. Any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment?
No, he put it down and I put his hand back up.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Mr. Watson.
Hi, my name's Don Watson. I live at 1 Collinson Drive in New Monmouth. I must say that our snow cleaning crews did a pretty good job. They actually, I had 4 trucks come past my house 9 times within the hour that I was out there shoveling snow. And they did get down to the pavement. They didn't get quite as close to the curb as I had liked, but they did. Somebody did come back with a front end loader and piled it. It's not funny. They did pile the snow right on top of the storm drain at the end of my driveway. And I'm glad that it's 40 degrees today and everything is almost melted.
Us too. Perfect place.
Yeah.
Us too.
Get ready for the next batch, right?
Yeah, yes, indeed.
I do go for a walk around my neighborhoods and stuff. And I did notice that there are sidewalks that still haven't been cleared. And some roads were only plowed like within 10 to 12 feet from the curb. Was very surprised about that. And even driving around town today on my way to work, I noticed sidewalks were not cleared over on New Monmouth Road and Middletown Lincroft Road. There's a path that goes from Bam Hollow Road to the train station. It looks like it's pretty well heavily traveled because there are lots of footprints in the snow along that path that should have been cleared for the residents. I guess they're on their way to the train station. And even out on Route 520, I know it's a county road, but there are sidewalks out there also in the eastbound side that are not cleared. So, you know, there was one guy in a truck outside my house where he went down the sides of the street first, then came back and did the middle of the road, which is why the truck had to come down my street 9 times. You know, I even had a Sutton truck come down and a DPW pickup truck. I guess the supervisor drives around in that. He came by, but, you know, I think a little more education could be provided to the people that are clearing our streets so they could do a better job and get things cleared up a little bit quicker. Does that make sense? Does that make sense?
Yeah, thanks, Don. Yeah, and
No problem.
Ted is on is joining us virtually.
Oh, he is. There's
yeah,
another
so-
thing over on Kings Highway by Ted's house. The sidewalks aren't cleared over there either.
All right, well, I'm going to get on him about that.
Get him out there.
I give Ted a little bit more leeway, given the fact that he's directing, 80 contractors around all at the same time. But yeah, we'll after every storm, we unfortunately, since the storms have been on top of each other, we haven't had the ability to have a postmortem about, always getting better. But we'll do that as soon as this next storm clears. And hopefully it's our last one.
You have a postmortem because the next storm's coming.
Exactly. Yeah. Thanks,
Great.
Don.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Any other member of the public wishing to make a public comment? Any member of the public wishing to make a public comment, you use the raised hand feature. Okay, seeing let's try that one more time. Seeing no other member of the public stepping forward, move to close the public portion and approve.
Second.
Committeeman Clark.
Yes.
Committeewoman Snow.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Hybel.
Yes.
Mayor Perry.
Yes.
Motion carries to adjourn.
Have a great night, everybody. Thank you.